Uh,
And I was cool.
Hi, so thank you for joining your rapping with your fave granny. I having a few glitches here, y'all, so bear with me. Hopefully everything's straight now.
Yeah, nah, you cool.
Um, I wasn't sure, Jay, what to call you because Jay.Alexx, Hurricane, then SoundCloud had something else, and YouTube I think had something else.
Jay, it
So
had double J. Yeah, so there's a story behind that. So a couple of years ago, in fact, I've been making music since I was like 9, 10 years old. But I started actually going public with it when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, I had a name because me and my friends had an actual like a little thing we were gonna end up being a label, and it was called Double O. Double O stands for only offensive. And so that was gonna be a thing. So that's when I originally had created my account, we had put it and labeled everything as that. I deactivated it for a while, and then when I came back a couple years ago, I just brought that same account back. I deleted all my old music from when I was like 15, 16 years old because I'm not gonna lie, nobody want to hear that. Want to hear that, and you know, so I did that, and then I just brought a new name into it, and so when I export projects and we were just talking about this earlier. When I export projects, because I do the mixing and mastering everything on myself, besides buying the beats and everything, I basically have the audio, the digital audio software labeled as double OJ. So no matter what, I can't escape it. I tried to change it and it goes back to the same thing. I work with Studio 16 Pro. And so Hurricane Boy is actually a nickname my friends gave me. And so that was just to avoid I don't really like putting government names or anything on social media because I feel like people be, sometimes people be watching you. Some people you don't want to watch, whatever. So I just kind of have it different. And like if you go to my Facebook's linked, but it's something completely different. So I do that for a reason. But the artist name is definitely Jay.Alexx.
okay. Um, and I also see you have a guest with you. Who is that?
Yeah, this is my man's right here. This is Chris Blaze. I've known him for years. He met me. Yeah, we were doing certain classes when we were a bit younger, and I was sitting there and I was writing bars and freestyling, writing class, writing in class because I wasn't paying attention. And he was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "What are you doing over there? Are you writing bars?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm writing." And he asked to hear what I was writing, and literally from there it was pretty much like that.
So I noticed, and I had down here that let me see where I wrote it at. Well, all right, here we go. Chris Blaze. I noticed when I was looking at your Instagram that he was in almost all your videos.
He's in
So
a lot of them. He's in a lot of them. So I'm a solo artist as well, but we're also a duo. Thing about
okay,
it, we just haven't come up with a name yet. So we haven't really done anything with it besides coming out with the mixtape we literally just dropped yesterday.
okay.
So
We can talk about that in a minute if you want.
yeah, absolutely.
Um, so you kind of touched on like you've been rapping forever, but you stopped and now you're back. So you're back, and how long have you been back? Like how like you in it for real now, or what's going on?
No, no, I'm in it for real now. My man, I'm not gonna lie, this bull right here, he pushed me stupid hard. He came back to me, he was like, "Bro, you got something, you gotta keep going with it." And I've heard something like that from a couple people. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a person where I always doubted myself. So for all that, and I got people behind me telling me my stuff's decent. I'm not gonna say it's good, but they say it's decent. I think I might as well just keep going with it and see how far I could take it.
May
And
as well.
hmm,
May as well.
may as well, right? I mean, I feel like there's not a lot of many people who have the talent to do this type of thing. And if people say I do, then who am I to disagree? I'm gonna go with it.
So I don't know you other than the fact that you were one of the people that participated in my Making It Out of the Hood
Yeah.
challenge.
That's him. That's all him. That's all
He
him.
encouraged you to do that too.
Yeah, he did. That's what I'm saying. Like he told me I gotta That's what I'm saying. He told me I gotta be on social media. I wasn't a social media person. I don't like posting. I don't like putting my life publicly. I'm not. It's just the truth. I just don't. I'm not a person who likes doing that. Right. But he pushed me, and he was like, and he sent me. He sent me the challenge, and he was like, "You gotta do it. It's a wrap if you do it." But obviously, you got your friends to gas you up. You're gonna go and do it. You got. So I can't let him down. So when he said you got to do it, and it was literally the last hour of the submission, and I sat
the last the night, before
literally
midnight,
before
like
midnight,
hours before midnight.
and he told me about it, and I was like, all right. I was like, how long do how long do I have? And he was like, you got like 2 hours, make it count. I was like, got 2 hours, make it count. Okay, whatever. And I ended up knocking it out in about like an hour. I'm not gonna say it was the best up there, but I definitely think I held my own.
And you did, and I couldn't comment during the contest because I didn't want to show favoritism or yeah you did. If I say yeah your shit rocked, and then I gotta tell everybody yeah your shit rocked when everybody's shit didn't rock. You know
And
what I mean? And that's just to keep it a buck. Some of that shit was whack as hell, but but
I'm not gonna comment on that because some people were nice and some people, yeah.
There's a lot, yeah.
I think they know their shit was whack. Some people just wanted the attention, and that's okay. You know what I mean? It happens. I
Right.
kept my word. I post everybody that participated.
Yeah. And that's something we respected. That's why we said I was like, I respect it. We were sitting there, I'm not gonna lie, we're sitting there waiting, and then we're like, oh my God, when is it gonna come out? But we knew what you was posting, like you was doing it for the people. It wasn't for you, it was for the people. And so that's something we respected. That's why I didn't feel no type of way. I know he didn't feel no type of way. He didn't.
And I also did not have anything to do with the who won.
Oh,
and I did not want to be, I didn't want to part because again, I don't want to look like that. She probably knew him type shit. No,
I get that. It's not something I think ever like that ever crossed my mind. You know what I mean? Me and my man, we was just sitting there. We respected the choice of the winner. He's from Baltimore. They got a lot of, you know what I'm saying? They got a lot of good artists out there that don't get the recognition they deserve. So I 100% respected it.
Yeah, and that I don't know. Let me see if I can back out a little bit. That's just one of the plaques. The song charted 6 times on iTunes.
You see it right there.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, congrats on that. That's a big achievement. A lot of
It
people
is.
that for real.
It is. And it wasn't planned. It just happened. You never know. And so him encouraging you to put shit out there, put your shit out there because you never know.
And I never knew, and we didn't expect it to come to this, and we were just talking about that a bit ago too. Like we didn't expect that whole thing to end up in a podcast or anything like that.
I told my boy, I found you a couple years ago on TikTok, just randomly scrolling through the news feed. You know how it goes when you sit in there scrolling through random videos. I'm like, wait, who's this? I hear. I'm like, this is actually pretty dope. So I the page and I follow you. I'm showing my girlfriend. I'm sending in messages. So I'm like, hold up. I had to tell my boy, I'm like, yo, your fave granny, she has a contest right now. He's like, who? I'm like, bro, you gonna see who? You know what I mean? So it's been up ever since then. Like we respect you and what you do.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Behind it too, the sentiment behind it too, because you know what I'm saying. I don't think a lot of people acknowledge that there's a reason. You know what I'm saying? There was a reason you made certain records from life experiences that you know what I'm saying.
That no.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's something that's real, and a lot of people don't pay attention because they just want to dance, they just want to do whatever, they just want to hear something that's popping, and sometimes the meaningful shit's not popping, and
right.
that's the music I enjoy for real.
Yeah, I'm happy with where I'm at, but I'm not where I want to be. I mean, I've gotten in 3 years. I've never wrote a song or rapped until 3 years ago.
Right.
This was never a goal of mine.
Yeah.
And so here I have ever since put out a song every month for 3 years. And I'm a lot further than a lot of rappers that's been rapping their whole life.
That's why
I'm very thankful for that. Like that shit's crazy for real. And I know I'm not the best rapper. It's like the whole thing. But
Granny, you like
I get
easy,
good feedback.
stop,
So
easy, smooth. It's smooth with it. You cooling with it. You in your own lane, like you know what I'm saying?
right. I'm in my own lane. That's right. Um. So let's see here. So I kind of asked, is rapping like full time for you, or you have a job too? Like, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
I have two jobs. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I work part time in a hospital, and I work in the kitchen over there, and then part time I work in a convenience store. But that's literally only so I could fund what I'm doing now. Majority of my early 20s, I'm 27 years old. A majority of my early 20s, sat there writing or traveling the world, and I really didn't get to do anything extra besides that.
Mm,
I would work for a half year, and I would travel for the rest of the year, like 6 and 6, since I was about 20 years old. So for me, it's kind of like I just gotta keep going. You got to keep going, and it's something that's definitely going to be full time. I do it full time. I sit here. You can ask him if I'm not working. I'm sitting here 10 hours at a day. Work
mm-hmm.
my own little studio right here. This little thing. It don't look like much, but I make everything. I mix and master everything here,
Okay.
including the last tape we just did. So I just sit here and I really listen to beats and I just craft all day, pretty
That's
much.
what lets you do it all by yourself. I mean,
I'm trying
I
to learn
don't,
to
I
produce.
don't do none of that shit.
Producing is hard. That's the one thing I've been trying to learn. It's hard.
But he's getting better though throughout the year or throughout the months. You know what I mean? Because he started doing mixing himself, like getting deep into it around the beginning of the summertime. So since June to like September, you could tell a big difference with his mixes and his mastering. So I
Yeah.
feel like the more he gets into it, the better he's gonna get, and he can just get into it. Like he's even trying to learn how to make beats and stuff like that too. He's just trying to do the whole thing.
I'm trying to do everything. I want to be a one man army, and I've told people this from the beginning. I feel like if you could do everything by yourself, you don't need no one. And that's not the sentiment of not needing no one because I need people around me. I need people like him. I need people like him to push me. I need friends to support me. I need everything like that. But at the same time, if I could do everything by myself or try to do everything by myself, I know I'm self sustainable. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody did choose to leave me at one point, I'm good. I'll be
And
okay.
you just save a ton of money.
And save a ton of money. And I save a ton of money.
Yeah,
That was also one of it.
oh yeah.
It's the thing for sure.
Who is one of your musical influences?
Big L. Big L is my. You don't have this shirt. Oh no, I was hoping you have this shirt. Big L. So Big. I don't know if you're familiar with Big L. He was a rapper from Harlem in like the early '90s, and you could say he was an early pioneer of like the double rhymes. So like give me an example.
Nah, that's your favorite rapper. Give her a bar from Big L.
So give me a
With any song or freestyle.
so it'd be like so for example, it would be like limelight and crime right. So it's like two words at the end of each bar that rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like one of the people that kind of I'd say perfected it. Because the only other person after that that you heard that went crazy with that would probably be Eminem in like the late '90s. There's probably a couple other artists. Lord Finesse was one of them, and there's definitely a couple other New York artists. But I definitely think he inspired a lot of people. And if he would have lived longer, he would have definitely done way more. Considering he was signed to Jay Z's record label.
Are you from New York?
Well, I actually grew up in New York. Partially, so did my man's here. I grew up in the Brooklyn area, but I also grew up partially here where I'm from, which is an hour outside of Philadelphia. So I
Okay.
kind of went back and forth. So I'm not going to claim something 100%. I'm not going to say I'm from New York 100%.
I am. I'm from the Bronx. So
He,
yeah,
he is. He is.
You say you claiming your shit, ain't it?
So, so he is.
like
I'm not
hip
going to say
hop
that.
from New York City. You know what I mean? That's the birth of hip hop.
I'm not going to say that. I'll represent our little city in Philadelphia, and then I still have love for New York. You know, I know a lot of people out there, my cousins out there, and everything like that. So
So I didn't listen to a lot of the song "Sit Back and Relax," but I did see it on your page and listen to some of it. What was the motivation behind that song?
sit back and relax was actually That's something I actually wrote about 2 years ago, and I never released it because I didn't have the mixing and mastering right at that time. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little broke. I couldn't really afford mixing and mastering from somebody. I was trying to do everything myself, but I didn't have the tools. I didn't have the knowledge to do it by myself. So I kind of let it sit in the background. And then when my man started pushing me again and I started getting a little bit better at mixing and mastering, I would say I sat here for a week straight, 10 hours a day if I wasn't working, just sitting here trying to mix and master random vocals, like, you know what I mean? Not even rap music, just I'll sit here and I'll put I'll just freestyle and then I'll try to EQ it. I'll try to do everything like that. And once I got the hang of that, I just applied it to my music. So I took that old song, I tweaked it a little bit because it was something that was directly from the heart. I'm not gonna lie, and then I put it out. So that's an old song, but it's a great song in my opinion.
Yeah, I liked it. Some it don't matter when you wrote the song or nothing, like, because you could come out with something 5 years old and that should be a banger now. You know what I mean? So
Never know.
always put your shit out. That's all. That's my. I put out everything. Something. I got a song right now called. What's it called? I don't even know what it's called. Hold on. The baddest, the richest and the baddest. I think it's called. And
Appreciate
my producer was like, I said, so what you think of this one? He was like, that's gonna be like number 9 on an album. You ain't even got to do a video to that. But that might be the shit. You know what I mean? You never know.
Right, right,
it.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Cause I
right.
keep.
Oh,
You ever have a song where you listen to it and you're like, okay, yeah, this shit right. Then you listen to it again, you're like, nah, this shit whack. Then you listen to it again, you're like, no, it is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's where I am with this song. It's like, hold up.
I do that shit. I flip flop daily with all my songs. Like I listen to the out. That's why I try to not make it a habit. I try not to listen to my own music. Because if I listen to my own music, first of all, I'm gonna just do the same old things, same old repeating things in my music, and then on top of it, I'll be sitting there like, "Yo, bro, I could have said this. That could have been way harder. I could have said this. I could have done this." And then it's like, bro, I'd be sitting there. Then it's like, I just be in my own head, like I could have done it this way, bro. Forget how I could have done it. I'm gonna just move on and try to do it better the next time.
yeah.
That's right. Um, so can you give me like a quick 12 bars from Sit Back and Relax?
Yeah. Go ahead, sit back, relax, grab the Kit Kat and break me off. Now I'm about to lay the facts. These people trash. You don't know city like I lay these raps. Now that's a rap. So dig it. Since a kid I was a little skittish, known to rip microphones in half and bomb beats when I'm told to spit it. And ever since 13, well I had felt alone. My parents got divorced, so there was no place I could call a home. Shout out to the ones that showed me true love. When I was down, I promise I remember y'all. When I hold the throne, don't make a sound, cause I'm tired of feeling doubted. No one around me, alone with my thoughts that had me routed. Trying to take a sip about the fountain, tell me what it is, a mountain. Climb the barriers, less like a fucking mountain. Ain't that astounding? How I go from drop out to wordsmith. Watch how these words flip. I
All
fucked
right.
up in the beginning. I fucked up in the beginning. I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
okay. That's okay. You was put on the spot.
Yeah, I was put on the spot, and it's not one of those songs I really perform. Like I performed some of my other songs, like "Gotta Wait," but that's not one I've really gotten to perform yet. So I never put emphasis on actually memorizing everything 100% like
It's a
that.
good song though.
It's a good song.
The
Yeah.
chorus telling him is catchy.
It is. It's a catchy song. I agree.
Tell me one of your pet peeves.
Like about what? Like,
Whatever.
well, yeah. Um, I'd say, look, one of my favorite things, and in fact, I say favorite things because I really hate it. One of my favorite things is when an artist say they're gonna do a song with me. When they say they're gonna do a song with me, right? And then they sit there for like 3, 4 weeks. I had my verse done within the first 3, 4 days, right? You've seen this. And these
Oh, you waiting for that verse.
oh, I'm waiting for that verse, right? And hear me out. With some of these artists, I hit one back specifically, and I was like, "Yo, man, what's up?" Like, I'm not trying to be, I understand people go through things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect this. I don't expect your verse to be done right now. I don't expect it to be done tomorrow. I don't expect it to be done within a week or 2 weeks. But keep that communication line open. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me. If you're gonna tell me, I just didn't get to work on it yet, I'm gonna work on it, and once I get it done, I'm gonna let you know, or I'm working on it. Some of these people don't be doing that. They just like to sit there and they like to goof around. They sending me jaunts of their own personal stories with their own music, and it's like, I get it. Promote yourself. That's great. But be true to something. If you're gonna tell me you're gonna do the song with me, just do it. You
Yeah.
know, or be honest. Or be honest. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it with me. I'm not gonna be offended. I'm not a person like that. Just let me know, and we can chalk it up separate ways. We cool. But a lot of these artists don't want to do that. They want to let it go until where it's like now they want to bubble over, and
It's
it is.
not cool. It's not cool. That's not cool.
But
Just
it is what it is. That's why it's a part of the game. I'm not even worried about it because that's who they want to be. It is what it is.
uh, for me, I'd be like, this fucking. Don't even send me a verse, bro. I'm good.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I did say the same thing. I'm not gonna lie. I did say the same thing. I'm not gonna lie. I said the same thing, but
He's tripping off me.
but only but only because Bull said he started coming talking about some. I told you I was gonna do it, and I said, bro, it's been like 2 months. You ain't even send me nothing, like nothing. So it's like, is you gonna do it or not? And he took it some type of way. So that's on him.
It's like, get over it.
Yeah,
Um, a song on your page talks about you getting caught up, and I
yeah,
took it like someone snitched on you because you said you were backdoored. Uh,
yeah,
is that what happened? Like for
yeah.
real? Someone snitched on you, and then you ended up getting locked up behind that shit, or what?
Yeah, so basically, I'm not gonna lie. So like, because you could look this up, it's all public information. I used to be a graffiti artist. I had been since I was a young kid, and I knew someone that was close to me that I considered a brother, and we was sitting there. I used to take him out and paint with me and everything like that. We used to hit trains, all types of shit together. And I'm not gonna lie, when it came down to it, they put the article out. They put the article out one night because I had went crazy in a certain area in the local district, local jurisdiction, and they put a wanted joint out for me. I'm not gonna lie, my shit, you couldn't even see who I was because I had hoodies and everything like that. And somebody that I really trusted at the time, he had told on me for $100, and it's all in the paperwork. I have the paperwork. He told on me for $100. I got caught with like 2 felonies and like 5 misdemeanors at the time.
For
And
like
then
what? Destruction of property and shit?
yeah, government property, everything like that, because I was hitting highways, trains, everything like that. So government property were the felonies. Everything else that was, regular county property was hit as a misdemeanor. And once I got booked. I'm not gonna lie, I was at my ex girlfriend's crib, and they picked me up there. And once I got that paperwork, once I got to that holding cell in the county jail, I already knew who was telling on me, and I just took the plea. So yeah, that was a real story. I really got backdoored low key because
Yeah.
I done everything for Boo.
So you got time for that shit?
I ended up doing about like 3, 4, and then I got out on what's that shit called? On a plea deal.
Okay.
I ended up sitting for like 2 months waiting for court. Once I waited for court, I got the court joint. Court hit, and at that point, they were just waiting to get me out on unsecured bail, is what they call that shit. I don't know what they called it there. I think you're in VA, Virginia.
Yeah.
We in Pennsylvania. They call that shit unsecured bail here. So I waited like an extra month or so on unsecured bail. Once I got the unsecured bail, they let me out. But
So
yeah,
you were into graffiti. So do you still use those skills for anything?
I wouldn't say I use those skills for a long time after I got caught, and I was still doing that before I got right back into music. I would sit there and I would do Have you ever been in New York or like other big cities where you see them do like the planets and like the galaxies with paint? Or you might have seen that
Yeah,
on like,
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, I did
That
that.
shit is lit too.
I did that for a while, and that's something I did
Wow.
for a while, and that was really fun. And I used to do that in the local park, about a mile from here. And I got bored of it. I'm not gonna lie because there's nothing like that. There's nothing like that in Russia hitting an illegal wall. I'm not gonna lie. It's just
Yeah,
I can't do it because not trying to be in jail for real. That shit.
I know that's right. Let me see here. Yeah, so and to piggyback off that, you was talking about also in the video that in the song that you was trying to change your life. Um, do you find that a challenge?
Yeah, of course, because like I still have problems with certain people out here. And you can ask him. He don't know too much about it, but he could vouch a little bit for it. But I got some problems with some people out here still. I mentioned it in some of my other songs, and I think I mentioned it in Gotta Wait. And it's hard when you have people you have problems with and you don't really agree with on many terms. Like me and him used to be cool. You feel me? And it don't really get along like that to the point where it got a little serious and things went split. And I'm not going to speak too much more on that part, but it's hard when you have situations like that.
Yeah, I get it. Like you live in a lifestyle or whatever, and then you just want to be like, all right, that's it. Like I'm older now. I got other things I want to do now. Like
It's also a pride thing. You always want to be, what I'm saying, you always want to keep your pride intact. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're wrong, that's just human nature. And it's partially as well. I'm not going to say I was wrong in the situation because I don't think most people would say I was wrong, but you know, he doing his thing for it. He got karma. Karma happens.
right, Young Boy or 21 Savage.
Young boy, 21 Savage. I'm not gonna lie. What you
Nah, she's asking you.
No, I'm asking you real quick because you in this too. What you, young boy, 21?
Me personally, I listen to like the past 10 years more 21 than Young Boy, so I'm gonna have to go with 21 Savage.
Ah, okay. So while I
Overall,
while I listen to 21 a little more in the last 10 years than Young Boy, I'm not gonna lie. Early Young Boy was thorough. Early Young Boy,
okay,
you know
I
what I'm
respect
saying?
that.
Early Young Boy was about, you know what I'm saying? And then when it got a little later, it changed a little bit. But shout out to you, for real.
Do you think the label has anything to do with when people change and they
Yes,
get signed?
yes, yes, yes.
It's
Uh,
always like a unspoken thing. You know what I mean?
oh, and I'll put it like that. I'll give one example, right? And you might, Granny, you a little older, so you might vibe with this. Mace.
Hmm.
He Before he got on Diddy label, he was Murder Mace. Murder Mace. He was on Big L stuff. My favorite rapper I was talking about earlier. He was on Children of the Corn. He was in everything like that.
Yeah.
Once he got signed to Diddy Bad Boy, he switched to Pretty Boy Mace. And that's the Mace most people know, which is what's that one song?
I'm not sure. I forget.
He had quite a few joints. He had quite a few.
Oh
He
yeah.
was
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me what you want from me. Da-na-na-na-na. That's Mace. And that's when he went Pretty Boy. So that tells me flat. Diddy, Diddy, I know you did it. I know you did it. I know you did it, Diddy.
No Diddy.
No Diddy. No Diddy. That's crazy, by the way, how he just got caught up for real.
Yeah, that shit crazy. I'm very interested to see how this all unfolds. I remember
I agree.
his I remember his reality show Making the Band.
Yeah.
And I was a faithful reality show person. Like I would sit there and watch every episode, but I just remember how arrogant he was. He was a dick, like for real. Like
Nah, Diddy always
he
Diddy.
was
Yeah.
an asshole.
Yeah,
You
bro.
gonna get that? You gonna get that?
You
And
go.
it's like, and people would do whatever he said do.
Crazy. I would never, bro.
All right, I'm done. That's my only one. All right.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Man, that's a throwback though.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
MTV.
before we wrap up, why don't you talk a little bit about the project you got going on right now?
yeah. So we just dropped the joint. It's called Students of the Game Volume One. It's mainly boom bap, old school style hip hop, and
Yeah,
that's
like
from
90s vibes, you
90s
know what I
vibes and
mean?
stuff like that. And that's from me and my man right here. You can actually go view that on Pack of the Plugs channel. And you can also view it on where else? On his
It's on SoundCloud as well, you know what I
SoundCloud.
mean? But we definitely want everybody to tune in Pack of the Plugs YouTube channel based
Absolutely.
out of France.
And
He be shouting out all the underground people. So much people be putting out music videos, EPs, mixtapes, all that
that's fact.
through his YouTube. He be looking out.
The underground artist.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my man has two personal projects coming up in the next couple months, and then I have
yeah.
and then I have an October one, like Halloween themed. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists don't do that. A lot of artists don't do that. So I'm finna drop one like that. And then I have my actual solo debut dropping in December. And that's gonna be produced Nasty Love You. He worked on Big Pun stuff. He worked on Joey Badass's stuff, T.I., a lot of people. So, that's gonna be a banger, I'm not gonna lie.
All right, bet. Um, and so are you on like who's your distribution company? Are you on like DistroKid? Are they putting it everywhere or what?
So as of right now,
SoundCloud?
online, my most recent stuff I don't have on any DSP besides SoundCloud and YouTube. But in the next 2 weeks, you can catch everything on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music. You can catch it on what's that with Title. You can catch it everywhere. And I
All right.
also got a video coming out on Pack of Plugs channel pretty soon too.
All right, shout out y'all's IGs too.
Yeah. So what's your my man Chris Blaze right here?
Yeah, my Instagram is at Chris Blaze, KRIS, Blaze BLAZE.
Real and official. Make sure it's got that in it because some people jack my man and that's not cool. Not cool people. And then mine's Jay.Alexx, JAY.ALEXX 90s
Well, I ain't got you said 90 something?
90s baby. I was born in
Oh,
96, so
and that's the Instagram?
yeah, that's my Instagram because people be trying to jack my name too. So I had to change it to something valid.
So I'm just gonna make, and you probably already noticed, but I'm gonna tell you because that's what grannies do. They just tell you what you need to do.
Right.
You need to get all your names together and make it one and be consistent all across all platforms.
Yeah, I respect
'Cause
that.
as someone who do promos for other people
Mhm.
and as a listener, you don't want to be like looking for something and don't know how to look for it. It gets to be too much, and then people mind span is like fuck it, it's fuck it. You know what I mean? So you kind of do want to get one name and just make it that name everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we definitely gotta come up with a name. Like we definitely
Yeah,
gonna
we
be
Right.
gotta figure that out and get that boot. Even myself, I need to try to figure out on the back end of, on the platform as well. So yeah, no, I agree. I agree, and that's solid advice, and I agree, and I appreciate it.
Mhm.
I be always telling people what to do. I got a friend to be like, "You so bossy." I'm like,
Nah, you know what I'm saying. You listen. You did something that I couldn't achieve yet, so I definitely take that advice. You feel me?
I like the way you said yet because it can happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna happen.
Speaking to existence, like
It's gonna happen.
hell yeah.
That's right. I say daily affirmations all the time.
Absolutely.
So, do you have any questions for me?
You? I know you.
Listen. Me personally, I appreciate you having us on your platform, bro. Like I said, I found you on TikTok. Keep doing your thing. You're awesome. Like you're dope. Like for real. And like he was saying, Stewards of Hip Hop, Volume One, Pack of the Plug.
Pack of the Plug. Go check it out on YouTube. And for me, I say I appreciate it as well. I
Yeah.
didn't expect to hop on a platform such as yours. I didn't expect to I didn't even expect to compete in the platform originally,
For real,
let
yeah.
alone
I'm
get
glad
a
it worked
get
out.
a get a something like this out of it. And it's something I truly appreciate, and it's something I would consider damn near a one in a lifetime chance. So I really do appreciate everything you've done.
I appreciate that. And one thing I do after every podcast that I do is I ask you to give the people watching a piece of advice or something positive.
You got something though? I'm gonna get something.
If you got a dream, no matter what people tell you, just keep going. Like if you really feel like it's what you're destined to do, don't stop. It could be a year, 5 years, 15. It's your own destiny. Don't be worrying about other people's success and how where they at in life. Nah, worry about where you're at. Because no matter where you at in life, wherever you live and wherever you at in the world, it could fucking happen. Excuse my language. It could happen. So that's my advice for real.
Mine's gonna build off his. You gotta aim for the stars, no matter what it is. It could be
Yep.
photography, it could be videography, it could be music, it could be anything.
Everything.
You gotta shoot for the stars,
Yeah, for real.
right?
Seriously.
And if you don't make it that far, a lot of people didn't make it to where you got to make it to be. So you got to be grateful for everything that comes to you and everything that happens in your life instead of taking everything negative. And that's how you actually go through life, strive, and be happy.
Mhm.
Well, there you go. That's the end of this podcast. Thank y'all for coming on. I appreciate the special guest over there, Chris Blaze. Chris
Nah,
Blaze, right?
Chris
yeah,
Blaze.
yeah. I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all coming on and spending some time and letting the people get to know who you are and what you're doing.
No, and I appreciate the opportunity, as my man said himself earlier. And I hope you have a good day. And I hope, you know what I'm saying, future success for you because I know you're already running this up.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Have a good day.
Y'all, peace.
All right, bye. See ya.